So, good morning, friends. We are into the second lecture on Unit 2, which is regarding the reservoir planning. Yesterday, we have seen the various points to be taken into consideration for the planning or construction of the reservoir, as well as we have seen the various components, only small features of the dam, the reservoir, the dam, upstream, downstream, etc. that we have seen. Today we will see the various types of the dams and what are the selection criteria for a particular type of the dam. Okay, just before moving further, I will just tell you that according to the site, that is yesterday we have seen, we need a very proper site, proper location for the providing the dam, availability of material of construction, the necessity location of the uh, people or the agriculture, and to whom we are supplying the water, whether industry, drinking, or that, all these aspects come into the types of dam and later on selection criteria. So let us move further. As we have seen that a dam must be stable against overturning and sliding, either or within the foundation. A structural parameter is there, every structure, but the dam being very costly, so it should be stable against overturning, यानी वो overturn नहीं होना चाहिए और slide भी नहीं होना चाहिए डैम के बॉडी में से या उसके फाउंडेशन से. ठीक है, थोड़ा थोड़ा ख्याल रखिए, ये आगे में और अच्छे से समझेगा हमें डैम. Why these points are important? Because we have to find the types of dam and the selection of the dam. So structural point is that it should be stable. It should not overturn, as well as it should not slide, because the dam is holding large quantity or large head of water, है ना, पानी को वो थोप के रख रहा है, तो वो उसने स्टेबल रहना चाहिए, वो घूमना नहीं चाहिए, ओवरटर्न नहीं होना चाहिए, या चाकू से जैसे काटते हैं तो ऐसा स्लाइड नहीं होनी चाहिए उसकी. क्योंकि क्या होता है, ये डैम कंस्ट्रक्ट करने को तो खर्चा है ही, लेकिन डैम के नीचे यदि कोई डाउनस्ट्रीम में गांव रहते हैं, जनरली ऑल अलोंग द बैंक्स ऑफ द रिवर, नदी के जो किनारे हैं उसके किनारे गांव रहते हैं, कोई डाउनस्ट्रीम में रहते हैं, यदि डैम फूट गया, ओवरटर्न हो गया, स्लाइड हो गया, तो काफी हजारों लाखों लोगों की उसमें मौत हो सकती है, खेती जाएगी वगैरह वगैरह, ऑल दिस. फ्लड आएगा, है ना, हमने हाइड्रोलॉजी में फ्लड्स के कारण क्या नुकसान हो सकते हैं वो देखा है. So it should not overturn and slide. So the designer has to take this precaution. Therefore, structural part. The rock or soil on which it stands must be competent to withstand a superimposed load without crushing or undue yielding. यानी अब ये फाउंडेशन पार्ट आ गया कि डैम जिस रॉक पे या सॉइल के ऊपर है, इट शुड बी कॉम्पिटेंट टू, यानी डैम का लोड और उसने जो वाटर को रिटेन किया है उसका भी वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट, ये सबको वो फाउंडेशन शुड होल्ड, शुड विथस्टैंड, और डैम क्रश नहीं होना चाहिए या फाउंडेशन में स्लाइड नहीं होना चाहिए. द रिजर्वायर बेसिन क्रिएटेड मस्ट बी वाटर टाइट, है ना, डैम के अपस्ट्रीम में जो रिजर्वायर होता है, पानी का तालाब बनता है, तो वो पोर्शन भी सॉइल का एज फार एज पॉसिबल इट शुड बी नॉन परमिएबल, वाटर टाइट रहना चाहिए. एंड सीपेज थ्रू द फाउंडेशन ऑफ द डैम शुड बी मिनिमम, है ना, डैम के फाउंडेशन में से जो पानी पर्कुलेट होता है, सीपेज होता है, वो कम से कम रहना चाहिए, है ना. मिनिमम बोला है, नील नहीं बोला, तो यानी कुछ ना कुछ तो भी सीपेज डैम के फाउंडेशन से जाएगा, ये सोच के रखा है पहले, क्योंकि ये 100% हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. So therefore, each situation demands a unique proposal for type of dam. So depending on these parameters and also other parameters, we will see later on, that structural parameter, foundation parameter, water tightness, seepage control in the foundation, etc. All these will see that which type of the dam to be selected. What are the various types of the dam? Whenever we see and we will study, then you will understand it better. Okay. Now, instead of keeping you in dark, let us come to the actual point, that is the various types of the dam. Okay. So the dams, the basic dams are on the right side. Common example, that is the gravity dam, earth dam, arch dam, rock wheel, weir, barrage, etc., etc. Okay, on the right side you can see three columns. The common example on the right side, these are the basic dams. Okay, that is the gravity dam, earth dam, arch dam, rock wheel, etc., etc., that we will see in detail further. And according to the requirement and the site location, which dam is to be selected out of this, we'll see here on the in the second column and into the first column. As I have earlier told you, I will again recall you that the dam is nothing but a impervious or mostly impervious wall which is constructed across the river, so that water is stored against that wall of the obstruction, which is called as the dam, and the water stored part is called as the upstream, and the downstream जो है, जो the part which is opposite to the water stored, or where no water is stored, is called as the downstream. Okay. So with this understanding and the various types of the dam on the right side, let us move to the whole table. The basic classification according to use. Okay. The classification of the dams according to its use are storage or conservation reservoirs, flood protection reservoirs, distribution reservoirs, and multi-purpose reservoirs. Okay, so these are the various types according to the use. For the purpose for which the dam is to be, or that reservoir is to be used, according to its utility, these are the various dams. Okay. Ultimately, though we are studying various types of the dams according to its use, nowadays we go for this fourth one, that is multi-purpose reservoir. Because for one purpose, constructing a dam is very costly, or within that cost, all the other purposes can be served. So therefore, we separately don't go for the individual purpose, we go for nowadays for the multi-purpose. Then classification according to its hydraulic design, overflow and non-overflow. Again on the right side, the types में यहाँ पे है the various common example of the dam according to its structure. You can say gravity dam, earth dam, arch, weir, barrage, dike, water spreading, debris dam. Then overflow, non-overflow, spillway, gravity, non-overflow में gravity, earth, arch and rock fill. Again you can see on the right side the similar names are repeating. So these are the basic structures. Only according to its various classification we can provide. Now classification according to material use. The type is rigid and non-rigid. We will see very much in detail later on all these types. Again in rigid dam, the gravity, arch, rock fill and steel, and non-rigid timber, earth, rock fill. Okay. Rock fill is common. Rock fill is a type of a earthen dam. Earthen dam filled with the rocks is called as the rock fill dam. So non-rigid dam is timber, earth and rock fill. Rigid dam is gravity, arch, rock fill and steel. Classification according to structural design. That is the gravity dam, earth dam, arch dam and rock fill dam. Okay. Now we will move further into the detail one by one. This is again a schematically it is shown here. Gravity dam, concrete or the rubble dam. Its cross section is like this. Is the sectional view, third column, and in plan or the top view is on the right side, fourth column. Okay, just again to make your understanding clear, this is the help we have taken. Again, you will understand it better later on. So concrete or the rubble masonry. Then again arch. This is the gravity dam. Huh? Gravity dam, arch dam, buttress dam, embankment dam. They are all structural classification. So there must be difference between the transfer of load to the foundation. So therefore these are the various names given. Okay. Arch dam, again it is a concrete dam. Its section is like this. In plan it's look like this, like the arch. Okay. The gravity dam may be curved. Okay. So this is the gravity dam, which is generally concrete or the masonry. But arch dam is generally concrete, 99%. Buttress dam, concrete, also timber and steel, as well as masonry. This is the how the buttress dam look. It's a section. And the embankment or the earth dam, earth or rock, and its section is like this. You know, generally, the dams which we see almost 100% in our area are combination of the gravity and the earth dam. Now, classification according to the use. The first is the storage dam. I have tried to show the photograph also. Again, this is nothing a different dam other than the other dams. Only its purpose is to store the water during the rainy season. And when there is need of the water, this stored water is utilized later. This is the purpose of this storage dam. For example, the water stored is used for the irrigation, water supply and hydropower. Okay. So individually we don't go for the storage dam nowadays. Though we are learning its various classification according to its use, we go for the multi-purpose dam. It supplies the water for irrigation, it supplies the water for drinking water supply, as well as some electricity is also produced through it. Also other uses like fisheries is being done, fish are grown there, recreational amenities, there are certain or on those dam sites you can visit or you can have that site as a tourist spot. So numerous such uses of the dams are there, but according to use the various classification, first is storage dam. The another classification is detention dam, flood control or flood protection reservoir. Okay, because the dams absorbs the flood water, because it stores the water, therefore whatever flood that will occur, that will be absorbed into this dam. Therefore dam can be used as a flood control or flood protection reservoir. They store water during floods, that is during the high rains, high storms, high runoff, and can be released gradually at the safe rate when the flood reduces by the provision of artificial storage during the flood, so that flood damage downstream is reduced or is controlled. You know, there are some dams in the north in earlier days, like 40-50 years earlier. There is one dam in Odisha across a big river. Just presently I am not recollecting it. So that river was called as the Tears of Orissa. Every year that river used to get the floods and lot of the damage was there. So one dam was constructed over that river. Some branch of the Ganga it is. Just I am not recollecting it. I will definitely tell you in the next lecture. So such dams are called as the flood control or flood, specially constructed for the protection from flood. Okay. But again, as I have told you, nowadays we don't go for the individual use, we go for the multi-purpose use. So, but early in earlier days, there are certain dams which are used for the flood protection. We have learnt in our hydrology how the runoff hydrograph at the dam site before construction of the dam and after construction of the dam, how the runoff hydrograph changes, that we have learnt in our hydrology, that we will see in our next slide. That you can see that hydrograph is a graph between the time or duration and the discharge. So at a particular dam site, just now we have seen, at that particular dam site, if that dam would not have been there, then the hydrograph would be like this: A, B, and then C. Okay, A, B, and C. This is the natural hydrograph if the डैम वुड नॉट हैव बीन देयर. यदि वहां पे डैम नहीं रहता तो वो नदी को जो फ्लड आता आया रहता, वो फ्लड का जो हाइड्रोग्राफ है, मैंने बताया फ्लड का हाइड्रोग्राफ पढ़ाया था वो टाइम में, कि वो रहता है समय, टाइम वर्सेस द डिस्चार्ज थ्रू द रिवर. So that what the graph would have been ABC. Okay. But due to construction of the dam, some flood water is being absorbed into the dam. You please try to imagine some water, flood water, is absorbed because the dam has the capacity to store the water. है ना, वो डैम को हमने एक बैंक जैसा बना लिया है, पैसे की जैसी बैंक रहती है जिसमें पैसा हम जमा करते हैं, वैसे डैम इज ए बैंक ऑफ वाटर, BAN के बैंक है ना, जिसमें बैंक हमारी पैसे की जैसी. तो वहां पे हमने क्या किया कि जो शुरू का फ्लड है या जो फ्लड है, दैट वाटर इज स्टोर्ड इनटू द डैम. सो नेचुरली ऑन द डाउनस्ट्रीम ऑफ द डैम देयर विल बी वेरी लेस वाटर. जो हम डैम से छोड़ेंगे वही पानी. सो द हाइड्रोग्राफ एट एग्जैक्टली डाउनस्ट्रीम ऑफ द डैम is A, B dash and C. Okay, A, B dash and C. And this is the point of cross section, you can say, between A, B, C and A, B dash C. Here my cursor is there, you can call it as a point K. Okay. So this portion between A, B and K and A, B dash and K is the quantity of water that has been absorbed into the dam. Okay. So this is what the hydrograph teaches us. So therefore I told you that we need the study of hydrology in the planning and design of the dam. This we have done in our earlier semester, hydrology. There are certain dams, they are called as the diversion dams. Okay, they are called as the diversion dams, they are called as the barrages, they are also called as the weirs. You can see in the photograph. What does they do? They are very small heighted dams. They are, their length is almost into the bank, up to the banks of the river. नदी के जो दो किनारे रहते हैं वहां तक ही उसकी लंबाई रहती है, और उसकी जो हाइट रहती है वो जनरली नदी की जितनी डेप्थ है या सम मोर डेप्थ ऑफ वाटर दैट कैन बी स्टोर्ड अगेंस्ट दीज डैम्स, उतना ही दिया रहता है. और फिर आफ्टर कंस्ट्रक्टिंग दिस डैम्स the water is diverted through the right bank or the left bank canal to the stream, to the, for the agriculture purpose or maybe for the drinking purpose. So these are called as the diversion dams. Okay, for the purpose of diverting water of the river into the off-taking canal, and generally low height, has small storage area, and it's a sort of weir, also diverts water and has a small storage. Okay, as you can see in our, on our river in northern India, as well as on the Wainganga river also, and also on numerous such rivers which has water almost for the year, we provide such types of the diversion dams. ठीक है, इस प्रकार से हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं। या कई आजकल हम कोल्हापुर टाइप वियर, कोल्हापुर टाइप बंधारा वगैरह जो छोटे नदी नालियों पे करते हैं, दे आर ऑल्सो अगेन द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ सच टाइप्स ऑफ द डायवर्शन डैम. Then the multi-purpose reservoir. Nowadays we go for the multi-purpose reservoir. Is that which serves more than one purpose. They can be designed to protect the downstream area from floods, flood protection के लिए, to store the water for irrigation. They can be used to give the water for drinking purpose, for the fisheries, as well as for hydroelectric power generation. Okay, so this is the multi-purpose project or multi-purpose reservoir nowadays we go for. Then the classification of the dam based on hydraulic design, the overflow dam and non-overflow dam. On the left side you can see on your screen I have shown there overflow dam, that is the dam over which the water flows is called as the overflow dam, and the dam over which the water does not flow is called as the non overflow dam. जिस डैम के ऊपर से पानी बहता है उसे ओवरफ्लो डैम बोलते हैं, और जो डैम के ऊपर से पानी नहीं बहता उसे नॉन ओवरफ्लो डैम बोलते हैं. और ये जो ओवरफ्लो डैम है, ये ओवरफ्लो डैम जो ओवरफ्लो अभी उसके ऊपर से ओवर दिस डैम lot of the water is will flow with a tremendous head velocity. Okay, so therefore a special protection and arrangement is done to make the water flow over these dams, and a special structure is constructed for allowing the water to flow over these dams. That structure is called as the spillway, or you can call that overflow dam is nothing but the spillway. Okay, and non-overflow dam is simple, a concrete masonry or earthen wall. So but the overflow part is called as the spillway, as the water flows over it with a tremendous head as well as tremendous velocity. So as I have told that the overflow is designed to act as an overflow structure. On the right side you can see it is called as the spillway. Over the crest, surplus water which cannot be retained in the reservoir and act as a spillway. स्पिलवे यानी स्पिल होने का रास्ता है ना. स्पिलवे कोई नया डिक्शनरी वर्ड नहीं है. स्पिलवे इज नथिंग बट द वर्ड यूज्ड टू स्पिल द एक्सेस वाटर फ्रॉम द डैम एंड द वे मेड टू स्पिल दैट वाटर. रास्ता बनाया गया ज्यादा का पानी जिसको स्पिल बोलेंगे उसको स्पिलवे करके कहते हैं. इट इज मेड अप ऑफ द मटेरियल विच डज नॉट इरोड by action of the overflowing water, that is it is made up of the concrete or masonry. ठीक है, इससे ये बनाया जाता है स्पिलवे क्योंकि इसके ऊपर से पानी जाता है. जनरली मोस्ट ऑफ द ग्रेविटी डैम्स हैज ओवरफ्लो सेक्शन फॉर सम लेंथ एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द लेंथ हैज नॉन ओवरफ्लो डैम. है ना, आपने भी बहुत सारे डैम पे देखा होगा कि एक स्पिलवे रहता है बीच में या साइड में, और दोनों साइड में कंक्रीट या मैसनरी का नॉन ओवरफ्लो पोर्शन रहता है. लेकिन एक आधे बार ये स्पिलवे के लिए लोकेशन की बहुत जरूरी रहती है, प्रॉपर लोकेशन, बिकॉज द वाटर इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम सच ए ट्रेमेंडस हाइट एज वेल एज लार्ज क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर with very large velocity will flow. So therefore a proper site selection with the good foundation as well as downstream bed of the river should be non-erodible. तो इसलिए यदि नदी के बीच में कहीं साइट नहीं है एक आध बार स्पिलवे की, तो डैम के बाजू में भी एक आध बार स्पिलवे दिया जाता है, वेस्ट वियर दिया जाता है. However, sometimes the entire length of the dam of low height is designed as a overflow dam. या एक आधे बार कम हाइट का यदि डैम है तो वो पूरा डैम के डैम स्पिलवे जैसा ही होता है. जैसे कहीं हमारे समुद्रपुर वर्धा जिले में लाल नाला प्रोजेक्ट है वगैरह, तो वहां पे दे हैव द ओवरफ्लो पोर्शन एज द कंप्लीट वॉल ऑफ द डैम. So overflow dam is also called as the spillway section. Non-overflow, again, there is no flow over this section. NOF इसका section generally cross section, as I have shown, trapezoidal. In this way, this section is there. Can be built of any material such as concrete, masonry, earth, rockfill, and timber. Is provided in a part of total length of the dam, or sometimes is provided for the entire length. A separate spillway is provided in the flanks यानी बाजू में, और इन सैडल अवे फ्रॉम द डैम. यानी एखादे बार स्पिलवे साइट की अच्छी लोकेशन नहीं है अवेलेबल, तो कहीं तो भी नदी के बाजू में, डैम के बाजू में, समवेयर इनटू द फ्लैंक्स, इनटू द बैंक, अकॉर्डिंग टू द साइट लोकेशन, we can provide the spillway. Then classification according to the structural design. The first is the gravity dam, है ना. जो कंक्रीट मैसनरी के जो डैम रहते हैं वो जनरली ग्रेविटी डैम रहते हैं. अब ये ग्रेविटी डैम क्यों बोलते हैं भाई इसको, व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज द ग्रेविटी डैम? एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू अर्लियर that these dams has to retain, you can see in your on your screen, then you will understand the volume of water it has to retain. So dam wall has to retain huge quantity of water. Not only the huge quantity of water, but large depth of water also. So due to this large depth of water, lot of the head of water that wall has to retain. So horizontal force as well as vertical force is acting on this wall of the dam. Mainly the horizontal component of this water head. You must have learnt in your fluid mechanics. So this horizontal component will make this dam wall either to slide, यानी ये कहीं बीच में से कट भी सकती है ना. एखादा जैसा यू हैव सीन दी, यू हैव ईटन दी पापड़, पापड़ अपने घर में खाते हो आप, उसको यदि बीच में से हम तोड़ते हैं तो वो कट जाता है. या चाकू से एखादा फ्रूट आप काटते हो तो वो फ्रूट कटता है, एखादा केला वगैरह, तो उसको हम बोलेंगे स्लाइड हो सकता है. ये डैम, द वाटर विल एक्ट एज ए नाइफ एंड इट में स्लाइड द, इट में कट द डैम इन बिटवीन. हुआ है ऐसा, कोई नई बात नहीं बताया मैंने. या एखादे बार ये वाटर के प्रेशर से यदि डैम का फाउंडेशन, इफ इट इज नॉट प्रॉपर, और कीइंग ऑफ द डैम विथ फाउंडेशन इज नॉट प्रॉपर, द डैम में ओवरटर्न, या ऐसा पलट सकता है डैम बाई तरफ में, दाहिने तरफ में यदि पानी है तो इसके लिए ये डैम को स्टेबल रहना बहुत जरूरी है. तो इसकी स्टेबिलिटी यदि डैम की ड्यू टू इट्स ओन वेट इज देयर, यदि डैम को इतना वजनदार बनाया जाए, हेवी बनाया जाए, कि इसके वजन के कारण ये डैम ना स्लाइड हो सके, ना ये ओवरटर्न हो सके, तो इस टाइप के डैम को ग्रेविटी डैम करके बोलते हैं. The dam, it is a solid concrete or masonry dam that all external forces. So on this dam, what are the various external forces acting? They are the main and the very important is the horizontal water force. Then other forces are there, its own weight, the seismic earthquake force, and again we will be learning later on due to the seepage into the foundation. फाउंडेशन में से पानी सीपेज होता है, वो कंसीडर करके उसका अपलिफ्ट प्रेशर भी एक्ट होता है. सो दीज आर ऑल द फोर्सेस दैट आर एक्टिंग ओवर द डैम, है ना. थोड़ा सा हमको आइदर इन द नेक्स्ट यूनिट वी हैव द सम डिजाइन पैरामीटर्स ऑफ द डैम. So there we will be learning about the various forces. So dam has to retain all those external forces. All external forces are resisted by its own weight or gravity forces. Then such dam is called as the gravity dam. Now the arch dam, है ना. ये ऐसा भी कहीं तो भी आपने देखा होगा, जनरली नॉर्दर्न पार्ट में बहुत देखने को मिलता है हिमालयन रीजन में वगैरह ना, महाराष्ट्र में सिर्फ एक है शायद, कहीं तो भी वेस्टर्न महाराष्ट्र में। बिकॉज दिस डैम नीड्स ए टिपिकल साइट, द रिवर सेक्शन, जिसको वैली बोलते हैं, या जिसको एक दूसरा वर्ड है जो बार बार आपने भी ध्यान में रखना चाहिए, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द गॉर्ज पोर्शन ऑफ द रिवर or the valley portion of the river, that also plays the important role, as well as this all the external forces this dam has to counterbalance. In the gravity dam, those forces are transferred to the foundation, those forces are transferred through foundation. But in the arch dam, these forces are transferred through its both sides, on the left side, on the left bank, on the right bank, as well as into the foundation. So this is a curved masonry, CURVD, curved masonry or concrete dam, which has convex portion facing upstream, है ना, एक convex है, इधर का downstream का concave है. It resists major portion of the water pressure by arch action. है ना, आपने arch action somewhere you must have learned. So due to this arch action, whatever forces that are acting water pressure is being transferred through its sides and the foundation. But the sides is very important, and therefore at the sides proper strata is very important. And as it has got the arch action, so its section is very small, its section is very thin. Therefore the sulfate of the dam is comparatively lesser than the gravity dam, है ना, उसका section कम रहता है. The next is the buttress dam. You can see in this, into this photograph, and you all must have learned what are the buttresses in your some structure or say. It consists of the sloping membrane or deck. ऐसी wall रहती है इसको sloping, and it is supported by number of the buttresses or piers. ये फोटोग्राफ में आपको दिख रहे हो, है ना. आपने रिटेनिंग वॉल को तो नक्की ऐसे सपोर्ट कहीं तो भी डिजाइन किया है. You must have learned somewhere in RCC etc. the design of the retaining wall with buttresses. Retaining wall को ऐसे हम buttresses या support देते हैं piers. So this is nothing but a retaining wall. Instead of retaining soil, it is retaining water. So these are called as the buttresses dam. These buttresses are constructed of reinforcements, concrete, and supported by struts or bracings. ठीक है, ये जो बटरेसेस है ये कंक्रीट के या इसके हो सकते हैं, मैसनरी के, रिइंफोर्स रहते हैं ये, और इसको खुद को स्टेबिलिटी के लिए फिर से इसको स्ट्रट्स या ब्रेसिंग से जोड़ सकते हैं. ठीक है, आई हैव दैट यू मस्ट हैव डन इन योर आरसीसी, रिइंफोर्स कंक्रीट, सीमेंट कंक्रीट, वेयर इन द रिटेनिंग वॉल विद बटरेसेस, काउंटर फोर्ट बोलते हैं उसको. The another name for this buttress is called as the counter fort retaining wall. आपने कहीं ना कहीं जरूर पढ़ा है. So buttress dam are nothing but the counter fort dam, you can say. They give the support or counter support to the wall of the dam. Then the dam made up of the soil, they are called as the embankment dam, are constructed of locally available soil, gravels and sands, which resist all external forces by its sheer strength. ठीक है, ये जैसा आपको दिख रहा है, ये अर्दन डैम को हम जनरली जाते हैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा, क्योंकि अवेलेबल मटेरियल से बनता है, ये खर्चा कम होता है इसमें, और इसकी क्वालिटी भी हम अच्छे से इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं, इम्परमिएबल या लेस परमिएबल बना सकते हैं. सम पार्ट ऑफ द डैम कैन बी मेड अप ऑफ द कंक्रीट और मैसनरी, which is the spillway. On your screen on the left side it is shown. Spillway, various components of the earthen dam are shown. The earth or the embankment, may central portion. On the left side of your screen, you can see the spillway. There are certain outlet for the water to be taken out of the dam through the canals, etc. Some outlet device is there, and the gate control device is there. So these are the components of the earthen dam. Various types of the earth dam or the photographs I have showed you. One of the type of earth dam is rockfill dam, wherein into the earth, into the soil, some big rocks are embedded, like the masonry. So they increase the density of the dam, and also they increase the density, impermeability, its self weight. So the retaining is more important. So these earthen dams as well as rockfill dams, they not only retain themselves with the self wet, but they retain the water due to the shear force of the soil. So these types of the dams are more suitable to moderate height. ये जो डैम है इसको बहुत ज्यादा हाइट नहीं दे सकते, लेकिन मॉडरेट हाइट के लिए दिया है. दे आर जनरली trapezoidal in section. Earth and rockfill dam are example of this type of the earthen dam. Then based on the rigidity or the stiffness of the dams are classified as the rigid dams and non-rigid dams. Stiffness, dam की कड़कता जिसको बोलते हैं. So the rigid dam is quite stiff, is constructed of stiff materials such as the concrete, masonry, steel and the timber. These dams deflect and deform very little when subjected to water pressure and other forces. ठीक है, अभी आपके ध्यान में धीरे धीरे आ गया होगा कि द बेसिक डैम्स आर ओनली 4-5. They are the gravity dams, they are the concrete dams, they are the masonry dams, they are the arch dams, they are earthen dams, they are the steel dams, they are the wooden dam, you can say. But various classification according to uses, according to rigidity, structural classification, they may be different, but the common dams are there. So rigid dam is nothing but again a gravity dam. Concrete, masonry, steel or the timber dam, which are rigid in nature. They are stiff. They cannot be bent. Their bending is very low, deflection and deformation. Therefore, they are called as the rigid dam. So naturally non-rigid dam यानी कौन से? जो earthen dam है, they are non-rigid. They are relatively less stiff. Hardness, stiffness यानी hardness. They are relatively less stiff compared to rigid dams. The dams constructed of earth and rock fill are non-rigid dams. है ना, एग्जाम में बहुत बार हमको क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द डैम पूछते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू यूजेस, रिजिडिटी, स्ट्रक्चरल, हाइड्रोलिक्स. सो यू शुड बी एबल टू राइट डाउन बेस्ड ऑन मटेरियल्स ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन. थोड़ा विद इन द लास्ट 5 minutes we will cover all these dams and then we will take the break. So based on materials of construction, masonry dam, concrete dam, earth dam, rockfill dam, timber, steel, combined concrete कम earth dam, जो जनरली अभी हमारे यहाँ हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं, and the composite dam, that is the combination of the concrete, masonry, concrete reinforced, concrete, steel, etc. These are called as the composite dam. So masonry dam, embankment dam, first we will see earthen dam. They are the oldest type of the dam. अर्थ डैम जो रहता है और उसका क्रॉस सेक्शन एज यू कैन सी इनटू दिस फोटोग्राफ और इन योर स्लाइड, सेंट्रल पोर्शन जो रहता है अर्थ डैम का, दिस अर्थ डैम इज टोटली मेड अप ऑफ द अवेलेबल सॉइल, locally available soil, sand, gravel, etc. And it is trapezoidal in section. सेंट्रल पोर्शन जो ये डैम का रहता है दैट इज जनरली मेड अप ऑफ द इम्परवियस सॉइल. ठीक है, इम्परवियस सॉइल यानी ब्लैक कॉटन सॉइल वगैरह जो रहती है उसको. एंड दिस सेंट्रल पोर्शन इज सराउंडेड बाय द परवियस शेल. ये सेंट्रल पोर्शन को कोर भी बोलते हैं. इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज कोर एंड हार्टिंग. एंड द आउटर पोर्शन इज कॉल्ड एज द शेल और द केसिंग. ठीक है, जैसे हार्टिंग इज देयर, इट इज मेड अप ऑफ सच सॉइल दैट दिस सॉइल इज ससेप्टिबल फॉर इरोजन due to rains and rain winds etc. So therefore this is protected by providing a shell. Shell यानी protection, हमको सबको मालूम है shell, or they are also called as the casing material. ठीक है, और बाकी इसको कंपोनेंट है फिर सॉइल के प्रोटेक्शन को. रॉक का पिचिंग रहता है, सीपेज के लिए कुछ अरेंजमेंट रहती है, डाउनस्ट्रीम प्रोटेक्शन के लिए रॉक टू वगैरह, ऐसा हम इसका सेक्शन और डिटेल में बाद में पढ़ेंगे. ये जो अर्दन डैम है ये होमोजीनियस टाइप रहते हैं, और दूसरा है जोन टाइप रहते हैं। होमोजीनियस यानी क्या, कि वो एक ही, इसका जो सेक्शन है इज मेड अप ऑफ वन सॉइल ओनली, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द होमोजीनियस। जनरली जो इम्परमिएबल सॉइल रहती है लेकिन जिसमें बॉन्डिंग अच्छा रहता है, उससे होमोजीनियस करते हैं। और झोंड में, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया वैसे, आउटर जोन इज कॉल्ड एज द कोर जोन, और इज कॉल्ड एज द केसिंग जोन और शेल, एंड द सेंट्रल पोर्शन इज कॉल्ड एज द कोर, है ना। तो ये कोर और ये ऐसे जब दो जोन रहते हैं टू कंट्रोल दी सीपेज ऑफ वाटर, सच अर्दन डैम्स आर कॉल्ड एज द जोन टाइप। कुछ डैम में एक आधे बार हमारे पास में सेंट्रल जो पोर्शन है, जिसको हार्टिंग या कोर बोला है, यदि हमारे पास में मटेरियल नहीं है ब्लैक कॉटन सॉइल टाइप, तो हम फिर इसमें फिर एक आधी कंक्रीट का या मैसनरी की वॉल एज ए हार्टिंग करके बनाते हैं, लेकिन वो बहुत थिन रहती है, बहुत कम क्वांटिटी की रहती है। तो सच टाइप्स ऑफ द डैम आर कॉल्ड एज द डायफ्राम डैम। इसमें फुल डायफ्राम और पार्शियल डायफ्राम ऐसा भी रहता है। जनरली ये बहुत कम करते हैं हम। ठीक है, ये कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द अर्दन डैम: ह्यूज क्वांटिटी सॉइल सुटेबल फॉर एवरी फाउंडेशन, resist external forces, can be built rapidly and with the available machinery and labor, comparatively cheaper, height can be increased, separate spillway can be given for flow of water, but they require heavy maintenance and constant supervision, and are susceptible to damage by the floods and the heavy rains. माटी का बना है, सॉइल का है, तो इसलिए थोड़ा इसका मेंटेनेंस की बहुत अच्छी, बरसात हर बार हर साल बरसात होती है तो सॉइल बहन ऊपर से कुछ रट्स फॉर्म होते हैं, तो उसको मेंटेनेंस की जरूरत है और फ्लड से बचाने की जरूरत है। रॉकफिल डैम है, जैसे मैंने बताया कि जो रॉक इज बिल्ट रॉक फ्रैगमेंट्स एंड बोल्डर्स ऑफ लार्ज साइज, an impervious membrane is placed on the rockfill on the upstream side to reduce the seepage through the dam. The membrane is usually made up of the concrete or the asphalt. दो पार्ट में रहता है, इसके अपस्ट्रीम पार्ट में it is made up of the concrete or masonry, and the downstream is made up of the rock filled into the soil. Or also sometimes earthen dam on one side and downstream rock filled dam. So again, this type of the dam will depend on the availability of the rock into that area. तो ही हम रॉक फिल को जा सकते हैं। यदि रॉक या बोल्डर बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है इन द नियर बाय क्वारीज, खदान, तो फिर हम इसको नहीं जाएंगे। वी विल नॉट गो फॉर कंस्ट्रक्शन। ओके, अगेन सिलेक्शन ऑफ द टाइप ऑफ डैम that we will learn later on again. So this is the rockfill dam. Concrete dam or the rigid dam, as they are constructed of the rigid material, इनके advantages है, they can be either straight gravity or curved, suited to, but for such dams solid rock foundation is necessary, and the advantage is they are very less maintenance, can store more water, impermeable, but needs mechanized plants for concrete aggregate cement and water. Gravity dam हमने देखा, wet dam reduces usually concrete masonry advantage वगैरह, all this we have seen about the gravity dam. Here you can see there are two sections, the central portion is overflow and the side is non overflow, and it is anchored on the both sides into the banks of the river, है ना। ऐसा तोतलाडो में, if someday or other you will go, the Totlado Pench project, huh? Not Parshuni. So there you can see a very good example of this gravity dam. These are the sections of various sections of the gravity dam. These are again the photographs of the gravity dam. Flow, overflow, non-overflow portion. Gravity dam strong, stable, durable, suitable across moderately wide valleys, gorges, etc. Can be constructed to very great heights. Needs good foundation. Adapted for use as an overflow spillway section can be given. Suited to such areas where there is very heavy downpour, जहाँ बहुत बारिश होती है वहां पे भी इसको बांध सकते हैं। मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट बहुत कम है। ये गिरता नहीं है, does not fail suddenly, can be constructed during all types of the climatic condition. Sedimentation can be reduced by operation of the deep set sluices. इसमें कुछ sluices are nothing but the outlets provided for removing the water as well as silt. स्लुइस बोलते हैं उसको, स्लुइस यानी दरवाजा या आउटलेट. Disadvantage: needs sound rock foundation, initial cost high, longer time for construction, require more skilled labor, subsequent raising is not possible, है ना. ये दो तीन पॉइंट है, लेकिन ये बहुत इमटेरियल है, क्योंकि आजकल टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी डेवलप हुई है कि वी कैन कंस्ट्रक्ट इन ए विद इन ए वेरी शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम द ग्रेविटी डैम, दैट इज द कॉन्क्रीट डैम और मेसनरी डैम. लेबर की आजकल बहुत जरूरी नहीं है. हमारे पास में कंक्रीट मिक्सिंग प्लांट है, रेडी मिक्स कंक्रीट प्लांट, एंड द सब्सिक्वेंट रेजिंग इज आल्सो पॉसिबल नाउ डेज, है ना. आपके आप में से सम पीपल मे बी रिसाइडिंग नियर साकोली. साकोली के पास में इटियाडोर डैम है. इटियाडोर नवेगांव साइड में है समवेयर. तो वो इटियाडोर डैम की हाइट बढ़ाया है अभी पिछले 15-20 साल में. ओरिजिनल हाइट वाज लेंथ, original height was less, so its height and length is increased. Again, it is an example of the gravity dam or the concrete dam. Okay, so here we will take the break today. We will start our lecture in continuation to this next time.